Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Simply a Better You. Today is an exciting day. We get to go and pick up our corn. So we'll be making a trip down the road to grab 8 dozens of corn, 8 dozen ears of corn from a friend farmer down the road. And that will be my next processing challenge, which will be a whole lot easier because we'll freeze the majority of it. But the bone broth that we put in the roaster, it smells amazing. You can smell it through the entire house. When Joe opened the bedroom door this morning, I was like, what's cooking? Where's my oven mitt? Yeah, this lid is hot. So it has been cooking for a while, but we've got it in here for 24 hours, so I will probably check it around 3 and get ready to pull it. But I wanted you guys to see all the yummy goodness. All of that is cooked down. I love the smell of celery and onions and garlic cooking. I mean, if that doesn't remind you of Thanksgiving and Christmas. But, so today we are going to run and do that. Go sit down and finish your breakfast, please. Moving a little slow. Instead of getting up with Joe this morning, I went ahead and slept in. Hannah has got a head cold. Mia has now got the head cold, and now I have it. Now, usually it hits me different than the girls. I obviously have a more established immune system, but Hannah has asthma, so when she gets anything head related, it drops down into her chest, so she's now coughing, and we've kind of bumped up some things there to kind of help flush all of that stuff out. But Mia usually, she just sleeps and then she's better. I mean, deep sleeps. She'll do 8 to 12 hours. Get up, eat something, drink, and go back to sleep. I have never seen a kid burn so quick through a cold. She never runs a fever. And it seemed like the only time she ever got fevers was when she was really, really young. So baby, infant stage. And Sweet Pea, go finish your oatmeal because we got to leave here soon. Myself, I'm the same way. I would rather sleep through it, but I'm a mom and I have to get up and function. I don't get sick days. So I am going to be up and moving. I have to get this broth canned this evening. I also have probably about 9 to 10 cups of my brain. My poor brain. I have 9 to 10 cups of diced cucumbers in the fridge, and we are going to pickle those up and make relish out of those, a dill relish. But I wanted to show you, I was so happy to see my salted pickles this morning, which fermented pickles. So I just grab an old jar that we use to, to store stuff in or drink stuff, but you can see it's bubbling. Can I catch a bubble? Oh, see, there it goes. So it's bubbling, so it is doing what it is supposed to be doing, the lacto fermenting. I have some juice that is juice that has leaked out. This is not on completely, though some juice has leaked out, so it's probably made it kind of sticky at the top, but it's just sitting on top to keep gnats out and any other critter that wants to crawl in there. But I am so excited. Hannah is super excited about these pickles because we like the fermented pickles. So we're going to finish up eating breakfast. I am going to get the kitchen kind of tidied up before we go to get the corn. And we will take you guys with us. I can't take you outside of the truck and into her farm because that is her business, and I have not asked permission to do that, but we'll go ahead and take you with us, and you can kind of get an idea of what 9 miles up the road looks like, because she's 9 miles up the road, but it is a 20-minute drive. So, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna get her something to drink. So we are back from picking up corn, but squeak. There is our corn, and we even got an extra bag. So this will be our first year putting up corn. I have seen it done, I've watched some videos on it, I've read about it, some tips and tricks, and I'm hoping I have enough room in my freezer. I cleaned my freezer out yesterday. But this is the first year doing it, and I hear it's really messy. So my plan is to freeze some of it on the cob, cut both ends off, and then put it in plastic bags and freeze it. And then I'm planning on trying to can the rest of it. So actually like shuck it and put it in jars and can it. We'll see how that goes. I definitely have to get more cans, so I have to get more jars. It's confusing. So we're gonna can it, but it's going in a jar. Now originally, way back in the day, they canned in cans, not jars. So, my poor brain, especially since I got a cold, but I'm working through this. I am going to get this situated. I have to do cucumbers today before I can touch this corn, so gotta get caught up. And then I need to come up with a plan for dinner. I haven't even thought about dinner tonight. Something easy like hamburgers. Yeah, definitely easy. Okay. It sounds weird. I've made it through a lot of the corn, and I have some bag corn that I need to get dekerneled, decobbed, shucked. I'm not quite sure what you call that, but anywho, I thought, hey, I'm gonna can corn because, you know, why not? So there are tons of little contraptions that you can use to get the corn kernels off of the cob, like this. And so we went to look for a specific one where you push it down over the cob and it strips the corn off. However, they didn't have that. They didn't have one at Rural King. They didn't have one at Walmart. They didn't have one at Kroger's. They didn't have one at Tractor Supply. So Joe drove 20 minutes to Ace Hardware to get me the one and only one that was in the vicinity. This is different, and I feel like I'm going to like lop off a finger when I use it. So this is going to work for what I have right now, and then I'm going to order one off of Amazon, and I'll share it in the description box below of the one that I'm talking about, or maybe if I can pop up a little picture in the corner here. But until we get that, I'm going to go through this corn and finish decobbing it, decorning. Somebody please tell me what it is. I've never done this before. And when we did it at home, I just always used a knife because Mia had braces and she couldn't, bite the corn off of the cob without it getting stuck in her braces. So I've just always used a knife, and I didn't want to have to sit and do that with a knife. So we went and got this little contraption. But in my mind, I thought, I'm canning corn. Yeah, I'm canning corn. I don't want to can corn now. Plus, I don't really think I'm going to have enough. I'm looking at what's in the bucket. I've done 8 cobs of corn, and this is probably enough to fill maybe 2 jars. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and put these in freezer bags and freeze it, and we'll just have loose corn. Plus, I hear that this way you're retaining the nutrients in the corn. I'm not cooking it and then putting it in hot jars and then canning it for a long period of time, and we're going to cook all the nutrients out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and freeze it, and I think that's going to work the best for us right now. I am so overwhelmed with the abundance of produce coming from our garden, but it's going to slow down because I had to go and rip out my squash plants. The squash bugs found us, and they invited their friends and their families and whoever else they wanted to. Squash eggs everywhere, squash bugs everywhere. So we went ahead, ripped out all the plants and threw them in the burn pile and burned them. So I picked off everything that I could that was viable on the plants, which, where's my bucket? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh. So I grabbed everything that was viable off the plants, including the little tiny needy ones. Some of them broke off as I was trying to pull them off. I have to wash all of this and get it put up in the fridge. I was so hot and tired when we came in last night. I've just been worn out beyond this cold, and then of course working on reviving my health because I have kind of let things go. So this will probably be the last bit of yellow squash. I've got 3 zucchini plants out there. The squash bugs haven't found them yet. It seems like they avoid the zucchini and go for the yellow squash. They did find my pumpkin plant, so I was outside squishing bugs and looking for eggs and stuff, taking care of those because those are brand new plants. We just put those in a few weeks ago, and they're just at that point where they're starting to flower, and I want me some pumpkins. I really do. So we're going to babysit those plants to make sure that they don't get them. And then I sprinkled DE on the ground. So I'm pulling the plants and burning those, and then I'm sprinkling DE all over the ground. I sprinkled it around my other squash plants and down in the centers to help. It's not going to take care of it permanently. This is just kind of to keep them at bay until I can hopefully get something else off of my plants in the form of produce of pumpkins or zucchini. But I think we're pretty much done for the season, and we're winding down. The yellow squash is almost ready to come off. Oh, I'm sorry, not yellow squash. The spaghetti squash is almost ready to come off. We're letting it stay on the vines until it forms that hard yellow outer layer, and it'll be ready to put up. It'll be cured and ready to put up. And then we have cantaloupe out there, watermelon, the cucumbers. What else do we got going? Joe put in a second cucumber plant, and butternut squash. We got that going too. So, yeah, we have a lot of things going, and now even our tomato harvest is starting to come in. Tomatoes are coming in abundance, but those are easy for me to take care of. I did go, because we got a whole lot of rain the other night and my tomatoes are splitting. We did go and pull some tomatoes last night because of all the rain, and my tomatoes are cracking. But the tomatoes are coming in. I usually core out the center of these and then just throw them in the freezer. And then when I get to them, I get to them. Also, my beans are coming in. I've never grown these before. Aren't these cool? I just wanted to grow something strange. They're really big. They're like a Thai soldier bean. They are super cool. I let the kids open up some of the pods that were a little overdone. This is definitely not edible. And they got to pull the beans out inside. It was super cool. But I have a bunch of those. This is more of a sauteing green bean, not something that you would, slow cook and throw some ham and potatoes and garlic and stuff in there. But this was just something fun to grow. Joe has got the regular pole beans and bush beans out there. I think it's a Blue Lake bush bean that he is growing, so we'll have those, and we'll go ahead and can those up. That's something that Joe likes to do, so I say go for it. He can can his green beans till his heart is content, because wow, this kitchen gets hot. I cannot wait until I have a summer kitchen or something outdoors that I can on, because the heat is intense. It is intense. So I just wanted to kind of pop in here today and share with you our little journey. The corn, really all this is so new. I've done it on such a small scale for a while that now that I have so much, I've never experienced this kind of abundance or, this kind of work. And I'm really, I don't know how to explain it. It's a good feeling. You're working really hard and you are very tired, but wow, the moments, these special moments that I am making for my kids and for myself, something that I have dreamed of for decades is now. It is happening now. So it's super exciting, but also super overwhelming. But yeah. So that's what we're up to today. I've got more cucumbers to pickle. And I think what I'm going to do is make a bunch of fermented pickles and see how that goes. So guys, thank you so much for joining us on our journeys, and I bless you on yours.